What's up guys, Dev here. Today I wanted to talk about a farming topic that I don't think gets talked about enough. And that is not anything to do with planting or growing things, but how we can better take care of our own personal bodies. How to protect ourselves while we're outside and growing in the garden. So, Darren Hardy, the author and business coach and mentor of The Compound Effect, mentions it as this: the little things, whether good or bad, throughout our lives can have positive or negative effects on us. That is the goals that we strive towards, that is every physical action that we do, whether we decide to go to the gym or what we eat or how we protect ourselves while we're outside accomplishing our farming goals. Me personally, I sometimes grit my teeth and just attack my goals. I'm like, I need to get this stuff done. I need to plant this. I need to move this irrigation. I need to be out here. And it took me a while to realize that while that's good that I'm, forward thinking and like attacking my goals, it might not be the best over time to my body if I don't protect it. And this is something that I want you guys to stop and consider. So in this video, we're going to talk about 4 no-brainer ways that we can protect our bodies while we're outside and on the farm. Let's dig in. Number 1, skin, the largest organ of our body. And sometimes I forget it is an organ. However, it is the first line of defense when it comes to our internal state and the outside world. And especially for those that live near the equator, you have higher elevation of exposure from the sun that can be damaging your body on a cellular level. And even for those that may think that you don't need any protection, such as myself at one point. I remember at a time I thought, I'm a melanated individual, I have black skin, maybe I don't need sunscreen, maybe I don't need to wear anything to protect myself from the elements. If you think that, like I did, just know that whatever damage is occurring may not be seen immediately, but it's happening on a cellular level. 1 out of 5 people by the age of 70, according to statistics, will receive some presence or signs of skin cancer, the most prevalent form of cancer worldwide, and now we know why. In order to make this not happen to you guys, protection is a must, and here are some ways. Of course, you can wear sunscreen. Who hasn't been to the pool or the beach and worn it at some point in their lives? Make sure to check the ratings for whatever skin or sensitivity type that you may have. You can also wear high density fabrics, such as denim or some type of UPF rated polymer. You can wear a sombrero, a white hat sombrero or hat, atypical for most farmers, that will protect the face and the neck, anything that's directly exposed to the sun that might not already be covered by whatever else you're wearing. These 3 things, guys, can go a long way in order to protect your skin, and I hope that you will take this advice and run with it. Number 2, or should I say H2O, water. Probably the best thing that you could bring with you when you're outside accomplishing your farm goals or any daily activities that you may have. Guys, we are comprised of about 50 to 60% water by weight, and anybody will tell you if they've been outside working in the hot heat and the hot sun that they've lost some of those percentage points to sweat. So I would definitely recommend getting a thermos or a flask like this. Me personally, I like using this one. It's stainless steel and it's insulated, so it keeps everything inside of it either very cold or somewhat hot. I take this, it's very durable. I can throw it around on the ground, hit some rocks, it will not break. It's definitely a worthwhile investment because unlike plastic water bottles, this will help me to stay hydrated while also being very sustainable. I'll leave a link to something like this in the description below, but besides that, it's just healthy. I've seen people that I've worked with, or other people, you probably have too, drink, sodas or, Red Bull, and some of those things that you ingest, they have a lot of solutes, they're dehydrating you because you have to process this, a lot of high sugars. Something like water, maybe even with a, cube of frozen lime juice or lemon juice, which I throw in here to alkalize it, is definitely something that will keep my productivity very high on the farm. So when I'm outside and I'm very hot, sometimes I'll take a 5 or 10 minute break, sip some water, and I'm good to go for another hour or 2. So if you just factor that in terms of not only protecting yourself by staying well hydrated and improving your brain function, you are also increasing your productivity because you're able to go longer in the hot sun and getting your farm projects accomplished much more consistently than ever before. So definitely a worthwhile investment, and you can't go wrong with water. Number 3, gloves. Gloves, gloves, gloves. Honestly, this one is a personal for me. Someone who uses their hands very frequently. I'm a programmer. I have to type lines of code. I'm also a photographer. I have to use the camera, such as what I'm shooting on, doing this video. And as a farmer, I use my hands for a variety of different tasks. They're very versatile tools. We evolved to have opposable thumbs, and we must protect them. So I know it's very easy to just, forget gloves. I don't need protection. It'll make my hands tougher. But over time, it just causes somewhat of a lot of pain, but also just a lack of consciousness. If you have different types of gloves, you can still get the jobs that you need done without having to sacrifice your own safety. They have gloves that can be protection against electrical shock, gloves that can be protection against chemical burns. If you are doing heavy, hard work, such as pulling ground cover, which is what I was doing at my farm. I had a lot of tears, and I realized very quickly that my hands will never be as tough as what needs to be done on my farm. And gloves were definitely a worthwhile investment. If I had a birthday and somebody asked me what I wanted on my wish list, it's simple things like these. Gloves can go a long way to protect your hands, because you will definitely need them in the long run. So I would definitely recommend this as one of the last things to recommend to protect yourself and your body as you're out here farming. Number 4, last but not least, I might get some flack for this, but sometimes the best thing that you can do to increase your productivity on the farm while also protecting yourself is nothing. You heard that right. Sometimes the best thing that you can do on the farm is nothing. Let me tell you guys a story. So when I first started farming and coming from working a 9-to-5 like most people, it was very, very in my mindset to just get out on the farm and put in 8 hours of work. And while that did allow me to learn a lot and do a lot, I also found that over time it made my consistency horrible. My mindset and love, enthusiasm for what I was doing decreased dramatically. And I do think that was because I didn't choose the right times to farm and also to increase efficiency and effectiveness while decreasing the amount of work and output and strain that I had on my body. Simply put, if you choose your work hours carefully, you can accomplish the same, if not a lot more, in that same time frame. So if you've worked in rural areas like me, I live in Homestead right now. I've seen a lot of guys, a lot of people who work in the farming industry wake up very early. I always wondered why. 6 a.m., the roads would be packed up until say around 11 a.m. And I did a little bit of research, talked around to a lot of the farmers I know, and that's because that is the most effective time to work in my zone, 10B. It gets very hot from 11 a.m. to about 2 p.m. So getting as much work done between the hours of 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then maybe taking a little siesta, a little lunch, coming back here, taking a break, and then coming back at it around 3 to 7 p.m. while the light's still out is probably the most effective way to do it. Otherwise, you're just burning a lot of energy. You're not really in your work because you're so hot. You're exposed to the elements a lot more than if you would just stay put and just avoid them altogether. And sometimes it's just best to recharge, so just figure out exactly how to do more with less. And if I'm gonna quote another author, the book 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, if anybody has read that out there, then you'd probably definitely get where I'm going for. So accomplishing more with less, does it apply to just a high activity work lifestyle or working remotely or in tech? It could also apply to farming. Work smarter, not harder. Now there you have it, guys. Those are 4 ways that you can improve the effectiveness and quality of your farming while also protecting your physical vessels, your bodies, while doing so. Now for me personally, I really wanted to do this topic apart from the day-to-day stuff I'm doing on the farm, because I believe that taking care of yourself, your body, is very, very important. And for you guys, any farmers out there, I truly believe that you are the MVPs, the most valuable players on the planet, really helping the planet heal, becoming stewards of life by creating life and teaching others, if that is your purpose, to do so. Whether you have kids, whether you are the person with a green thumb in your family, we want you to stick around for as long as possible and have as many healthy years of life as possible. So while you're getting healed by healing the earth, we want to make sure that you're well protected while doing so. Now, these are just 4 no-brainers I could think off the top of my head. If you think of anything else, feel free to add it to the comment section below. I'm sure other people have other ways to improve the effectiveness of their farming, maybe different gears or tools I could review and check out. And if you like this video, give it a like. If you want to stick around for more videos, subscribe to the channel. It helps me a lot. And if anything, this is Dev from Growing with Dev. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.